Hello, welcome to the Big Dumb Post Show.
Sorry.
I was wondering how long. Yeah, there he is, everyone. Peter Cetera, who sits on Fizz's desk every single day. That there's no pictures of his children on his desk. No pictures of his children, but Peter Cetera is loud and proud right there with his ascot. Do you want to share the story about how you ended up with an autograph from Peter Cetera?
Oh, it's a great story. It's a great story.
It is a great story.
It was back in the mid-90s. I just started working at a radio station, and he was coming through Fort Collins.
I thought you won a radio contest.
No. I just started working at the radio station.
Okay, I was gonna bust you out and be like, you worked there and you won the contest. That's like rule one.
He's gonna play at the Lincoln Center in Fort Collins, and his team called the radio station. They're like, "Hey, we needed some extra help, some roadies. Would you want to come help set up for Peter Cetera at the Lincoln Center?" So I asked my brother, because we're both super fans. So my brother and I went to the Lincoln Center, started like laying cord, doing roadie things back in the mid 90s. I'm sure it was real high tech. We were the AV club rolling in, and somebody walked up. It's like, "Hey, we need somebody to go pick up Peter Cetera from the airport. Who wants to do it?" And my brother and I are both like, "Yes,
we've done enough free labor today. What's more?"
Mind you, let's see, mid-90s, I think I just turned 18. My brother was maybe 21. We don't know a lot about life.
No, you're working for free for a millionaire.
Right, or where the airport's located and how to get home from the airport. That will come up in a minute. So my brother and I volunteer. We get in his little Honda Accord 2-door. We're on our way to the airport to get Peter Cetera.
You picked up Peter Cetera in his
We don't know what flight he's coming in. It's the 90s. You don't know this information, right?
I'm looking for the airplane that came from Florida.
We were told he'll just be in baggage claim somewhere. And DIA is new at this point, right? Like a couple years old, getting in and out of DIA. Yeah. Kind of scary for two dudes that have never done it before, trying to bring Peter Cetera back to Fort Collins. So we roll up, we park, we get to baggage claim. We're walking around. We know what he looks like because he's Peter Cetera. And we're like, we can't find him. We can't find him. We can't find him.
You say because he's Peter Cetera, like it's like, oh yeah, of course. He could, like right now, he could walk in this room, and if I wasn't looking at that picture, I would not know who that was. Peter Cetera.
Just offensive. I apologize, Peter. She doesn't get you.
No,
she doesn't get you.
This is too much super fan right here.
Okay, so we find him. He's standing there, annoyed because we couldn't find him, and he's just like, "I'm Peter Cetera of Chicago. I should have my own car service, not some two dummies coming from Fort Collins that I have no idea." So we get him to the car, and we're starstruck at this point too, right?
Did you walk up to him like a couple of zombies that were just all like, arms out?
Yes, because we're both like, "Is that him? I think that's him. I think that's him." This is just a guy standing there waiting. And we're like, "That's him." So we walk up.
Yeah.
"Hi, Mr. Cetera. We're here to take you to your show in Fort Collins. Get in this car with random dudes. We got you."
Oh my God.
He did it though. He got in our car. I was in the back seat. My brother's driving. So it's Peter Cetera, me, and I'm sitting next. I'm sitting behind him.
Have the front.
Yeah, I had to let him have the. He rode shotgun. I was in the back seat. And
did he call it?
No, I don't know. I was nice about it.
Like you didn't want Peter Cetera to have to crawl in a 2-door Acura or whatever you said it was.
We get in the car. My brother's driving. Peter Cetera. I'm right behind Peter, so my elbows are up on the back of the seat. Like, "Hi, Peter. So how are you doing?"
Remember when you did "Glory of Love"?
Tell me about Amy Grant.
Okay.
So we start driving, and my brother makes the wrong turn. Gets onto I-70 East. Starts headed to Lyman, which is the wrong way from Fort Collins, Tracy.
Oh yeah, and people have done it.
Okay,
but so Peter Cetera doesn't know that
he doesn't know we're lost at this point.
So you play it cool, or do you bust your brother out?
I catch eyes with my brother, and he's like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I'm like, I don't know. You just got to get off and then start headed west.
I'll distract him. Look at some paisley scarves.
And an extra 30 minutes to our drive. We get going. We make it to Fort Collins. Meantime, he's a delightful man, very conversational. I was able to ask him some music questions. We get there, and I grab his luggage or his whatever he uses in his show props. ascots out of the trunk. And I was like, Mr. Cetera, it was a pleasure being your driver today. And he said, call me Peter.
Good.
I will never forget that moment in
Call
my
me
life
Peter.
when he said, call me Peter.
I
do.
Early in the story, you said Mr. Cetera, and I wondered if you were being funny by saying Mr. Cetera.
We were very
and then
respectful.
You said it again, and
Yep.
and
he even shouted us out during the show that night. He said something about the two guys that got me here from DIA.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much. My entire concert is for you.
Are we now to expect you moving forward? Anytime we see one of our artists, I know that they're not maybe on Peter Cetera level for you, but like last night, would you have been like Mr. McCullum?
No.
Or Parker McCullum? Who would you Mr. or Mrs. or Miss in the country music world?
Miss Yearwood.
Miss Yearwood. Well, that's because Garth
Absolutely,
does
Mrs.
it
Yearwood.
though.
Well, yeah, and if
Would
he's
you?
doing it, I have to do it. He doesn't even call her Trisha.
I called him Mr. Yearwood.
That's
I
funny.
like that he likes
That's
that a
funny.
little bit too.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
bet
she
that.
would be a Miss,
Yeah, what
Miss
about you?
Yearwood. I don't know. I think Dolly Parton.
Miss Parton.
Probably. I think I'd be like, hey, Miss Parton. But no, you gotta call her Dolly. That doesn't even
Yeah.
feel right saying it. I don't know. And it's not even a sign of it's no sign of disrespect to anybody.
No.
But I don't know about a Mr. Straight, maybe for George Strait.
And I think it's just my
Maybe.
age. Being 18 years old, I was probably just
Yeah.
very respectful and starstruck. Like, oh, Mr. Cetera.
No, you were just, it wasn't. You would still do it. Look at your eyes. I've never seen him happier. Look at him right now. He's giddy with it. So is that
It's a fun
does that
story.
still hold your like,
Yeah, that was
You-
peak. Because
that-
that was
that's
really my
peak of-
first interaction with a celebrity,
yeah.
And I got to hang out with him for an hour and a half drive, and he was very
That's-
nice and personable.
Right. You're going to take the wrong turn in Lyman. That'll do it for you. So we also learned on the show just today that you have had this whole sprinkler drama going on at your house, which is if you live in the suburbs, you're always out in your yard and everything, which is really funny. But the idea of this sprinkler thing, I feel this so much from the wife side of it because I know what my husband would be doing. And I picture you in your yard, like Caddyshack style, digging up holes because of this sprinkler problem that you're having.
I have to find 2 valves in my yard because my front sprinklers won't turn off. So I have to find these valves that have been hidden and covered since I've moved into the house.
You say hidden like
so it's a
somebody set
real
you
mystery.
up, like they've been hidden.
Well, I mean, I've got a box of valves. It's in the ground like sprinklers do, but there's 4 valves and I'm missing 2. I have to metal detector it and find the valves.
Do you think grass grew
and
over?
Uncover it. Maybe it could be. I have a feeling it could be under a tree, a pine tree that will be
This is
fair to get.
so interesting to me because
That's
you are
my
gonna be,
weekend
one, you're going to be
plans.
digging holes. 2, you're going to throw out your back, guaranteed, because you came in stiff after Monopoly. But what is? Are you looking for a metal detector to do this? Are you being
if anybody
serious
has
when you
a
say
metal
that?
detector, I need to borrow it.
If
I
anybody
absolutely do.
has one of those leashes that has the pretend dog at the end, like the magic leash, can we also get that? Because I think we could pull it past you.
Just
be
watch
in
me
your
out
yard.
there pacing back and forth.
Also, if you're
This thing's
Fizz's
not
neighbor,
even plugged in.
can I come sit on your patio and watch this entire thing this weekend? It would be so much fun.
Drink some spiked seltzers,
Oh my
watching me
God.
lose my mind. That's my weekend plans.
There you go. Well, let's kick off the weekend. Thanks for joining us, you guys.